insights, picks, results. This is Wizard Sports Picks. Beyond the Lines.
Welcome into Beyond the Lines, brought to you by Wizard Sports Picks. My name is Joey Tron, and I'm coming at you with 3 of my favorite free plays for Saturday, December 6th. But before we get started there, head on over to wizardsportspicks.com, drop your email and sign up, and you'll get free picks delivered directly to your inbox. Not only that, if you check out the leaderboard section, you'll be able to see where everybody is doing, and you can filter by 7-day, 30-day, and even by specific sports. But if you want to see my play specifically, hit the handicapper section, scroll till you see Joey Tron, and right there you'll be able to see every premium selection that I have to offer. But right now, let's get into those 3 plays that I have for tomorrow, December the 6th. The first one is going to be in the NHL, and I'm looking at the Winnipeg Jets versus the Edmonton Oilers. This is rotation 53 versus 54, and the start time is 10:05 Eastern Time. I'm taking the over here between the Jets and the Oilers. This should be an offensive dominant game with plenty of goals in the process here. Neither of these two netminders are strong, and I expect the offenses to get the best of each other in this one. Thomas Milic is slated to start for Winnipeg, and ever since Connor Hellebuyck has been down, it's been bad news for the Jets. Milic has made just 1 start on the season, which was a road loss to the Hurricanes, but he's also made 3 total appearances on the season, and he has an .882 save percentage and a .364 goals against average, which really is not promising with the high-flying Edmonton Oilers. Stuart Skinner is expected to start for Edmonton, and he's been all over the place. Dating back to mid-November, he is 2-4 with a poor .325 GAA and .881 save percentage. Winnipeg has not been doing that good, but if there's any goalie they can get to, it should be Stuart Skinner. The Oilers have seen an offensive uptick. They've scored at least 3 goals in 4 of their 5, and are even stronger at home, averaging just about 4 goals per game on the season. Offensively, the Jets are 13th in shooting percentage and are scoring more goals than expected per NHL Advanced Stats. So again, if there's any goalie they should be scoring on, it's going to be Stuart Skinner. Edmonton is 13-3 to the over at home after scoring 6 goals or more in their previous game, and Winnipeg is 7-4 to the over this season against teams with a losing record. Again, take the over between the Jets and the Oilers. Next, we're heading to the college hardwood, and I'm looking at this matchup between Illinois and Tennessee. Its rotation is 7:23 against 7:24, and it has an 8 p.m. tip time for a neutral venue at Bridgestone Arena. I'm taking the points here with Illinois. Tennessee just had a devastating loss against Syracuse on the road, and now they have lost back-to-back, this being last game being the Qs, and the one before that being Kansas. Illinois is similarly off a loss as well, this one to UConn by 13 points. The Illini are averaging just under 91 points per game and are strong on the floor, shooting a 48% effective field goal. They're averaging about 9 threes per game and are one of the best rebounding teams in the country, ranking 6th in the nation on both ends of the floor for offensive rebounds and rebounds overall. Tennessee has had problems scoring the ball, and those issues are very clear. They're averaging just 70 points per game their last 3, and they're regressing from the field, shooting below 40% in back-to-back games. Defensively, they're failing to force turnovers, and that's where their offensive gets most of their momentum from, and their lack of scoring is really showing that. The Illinois defense has faced hurdles, but they've played some really strong competition like the likes of Alabama and UConn. They've held opponents to 50% in 4 of their last 5 games, and those include those opponents, UConn and Alabama. Tennessee's biggest issue has been guarding the perimeter and getting out rebounded, both of which Illinois are extremely talented with on both ends of the floor. Take the points with Illinois here. The last game I'm looking at here is the college gridiron, and I'm looking at the Big Ten championship game between Indiana and Ohio State. It's rotation 119 versus 120 with a start time of 8 p.m., and I'm going to be taking the points here with Indiana against Ohio State. This, in my opinion, is going to be the best game on Championship Sunday, and I have the joy of it being right here in my backyard in Indianapolis. Both of these teams are very evenly matched on both sides of the ball, but there's one edge that I really give to Indiana here that's going to set them apart, and that is on special teams. Indiana sits 12th nationally in special teams efficiency. Ohio State sits way at the bottom at 128th, and that's a magnitude of a difference. Shortening the field here for Fernando Mendoza and the IU running game is going to be huge and should really give them a bigger advantage here. Ohio State displayed an emotional rivalry game against Michigan, and there were some issues presented in that one that I think Indiana can take advantage here. Penalties piled up for Ohio State in that game, and they have now had back-to-back weeks where they've given up 132 total free yards to Michigan and their opponent before that. Outside of their blown to Penn State, Indiana has allowed 10 or less points in 4 of their last 5 games, and conveniently for us, Ohio State has similarly done the same, allowing less than 10 points in 4 of their last 5 games. Both teams that went over that was Penn State. This is a much closer game to a pick'em for me, and I am taking the points with Indiana here. A quick recap of my plays for Saturday. The first one is the Jets versus the Oilers over 6.5. The second one is in the college hardwood, and it's Illinois plus 2.5 versus Tennessee. And last is the Big Ten championship game with Indiana plus 4 against Ohio State. Have a great weekend, and let's cash some tickets.